All right, we are live.
Loud. Well, the real question is, how loud is my fan?
You're good. You're A-OK. Noise
You can't hear it?
suppression on StreamYard. Mwah. Beautiful.
Okay, I guess here's a little behind the scenes, guys.
Uh-huh.
There we go. It's like an industrial fan.
Hold on.
Box fan. Come on.
Whoa,
Get on my
box
level.
fan. I do got to get on your level.
Anyway, welcome everyone to the Bias Cut, the number one fan podcast, and not like fandom, but like we talk about different fans. Vornado. Like what kind of fan you should buy. That's what we talk about here.
On our very first episode, we spent a long time talking about fonts because of the BARBIE rebrand. And yes. I have a friend who still talks about how he misses font talk. So there may be somebody watching right now who is so hyped that we're talking fans and will remember it forever.
Yes, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, our podcast strategy is essentially try anything.
Cast a wide net, okay?
Cast a wide net.
Yeah.
Carry a big stick and have a big
That's the saying.
dick.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Anywho, my name's Christian, number one fashion loser. Killian, my co-host, is the number two fashion loser.
Tied for number one. Okay.
Oh.
I've upped my game. I'm up. It's like the billionaires that fight to be at the top of the Forbes list. Like I've been out there earning. Okay. I've been losing, and now we're tied.
Yeah. Like are we going to talk about how those two billionaires want to punch each other?
Right.
In a prize fight.
Yeah. Zuck's been cut. Okay.
Yeah. I guess we all also learned very recently that Zuck can cuck. He does look like he is physically fit.
There's not much fashion to talk about with him, though. I don't think I've ever seen him wear anything that's worth noting.
No, that is kind of his MO, is to be that poorly dressed. And he's like the antithesis of fashion. And typically the antithesis of like humanity. So this is a real power play. He picks on basically the one person more despised than him and is like, fight me. But we've got a lot to talk about today.
Damn right we do. So speaking of inhuman people, you want to talk about some action figure IP? They're not called action figures. They're called dolls.
They're collectibles.
Collectibles. Only if you leave them in the box, which lots to do.
Well, the first thing I want to admit while we've got the cameras rolling is I'm a Barbie girl. And
are you
what you
now?
See around you is a Barbie world.
Damn right.
So we're beginning today's episode by talking about the new Barbie movie. And kind of as an interesting coinky-dink, I don't know if this is an interesting coinky-dink, but one of the things Killian and I wanted to talk about before we started talking about Barbie was in a past life, about a year ago, I was working for a large corporation doing marketing and kind of strategizing around this movie specifically and how we thought it was going to affect fashion or kind of trigger fashion trends was a regular meeting discussion. And it's kind of interesting in that way because the Barbie movie, everybody was basically rearing for and everybody's convinced that this is going to have an effect on fashion. And already we can see that the fits, the costume design is very different. It hits different.
So it has hit the style. The trend is officially here. Many are calling it Barbie core because why wouldn't they? The people aren't original.
Why wouldn't they?
They're going to take the name and then they're going to put core on it, and that's the trend at all times. Okay, we don't deviate from the system here. We have a process for naming these things.
Yes.
So I'm curious. When you were working for this large retailer and you were kind of trend spotting on this stuff, this Barbie stuff, how close were you? Is everything coming to fruition as the team suspected? These great minds.
Well, what's kind of another piece of it. Not I don't think it's ironic, and I don't
Mhm.
think it's random. I think that robots are controlling this. But let's
Right.
just say when I turned on YouTube to join this thing
Mhm.
to get the stream open, I saw a full banner ad, video ad for Barbie with
Mhm.
this said retailer, and
Okay.
I was watching it, kind of thinking to myself, here it is. Here's the stuff.
The
Um,
fruits of my labor that
the,
is no longer my labor, at least
yeah,
not
and
paying
no
me
longer
for it.
my fruits.
Yep.
But I guess just as kind of like a behind the curtain for anybody
Mhm.
watching. So as you probably know, Barbie is a American toy.
Mhm.
Hasbro, I think, owns them.
That
Um,
sounds very correct.
and they're if you don't know this, iconic toy that is both gender affirming and
Mhm.
gender unaffirming. Barbie has had a very complex and deep relationship in the kind of woman psyche in the United States,
Mhm.
but the toy is fundamentally about dressing her up. It's about clothes and dressing up your dolly. And
Mhm.
I would be a liar if I said that I did not have a Barbie growing up. I
Uh-huh.
did.
Also,
So
can
now,
we just please quickly note early Barbie?
hot,
My
like the
God.
smoking, the most smoking. For everybody who's just listening and not watching, we do this live on YouTube,
True.
and you can see like my industrial fan, and you
Mhm.
can see this picture that we have on the screen right now, which is the first Barbie, and she is a 10.
Perfect 10. Absolutely
And
correct.
by that, my judgment is how much forehead does she have?
Yeah.
She has
Yeah.
maxed.
That's it's how like they say that back in the day, being heavy was like attractive because it was a sign of wealth or whatever. I'm pretty sure
Or
in that
whatever.
era when they first started Barbie, the beauty was how big your forehead was.
Yes.
I've definitely heard that. Yeah.
But, people don't just come on here to hear me vaguely talk about a
Mhm.
job I once
Mhm.
had
Mhm.
or whether or not Barbie is a toy. They come on here for fashion stuff. So,
Right, right, right. I forgot. Yep.
Jamie, pull
Yep.
up pull up that link.
All right, we can do that.
See, now
And
I
it's
remember the name of the guy on the Joe Rogan Experience.
you got it. Yeah. You've been
So,
brushing up. I can tell.
we have in front of us an article by Screen Rant, and it's
Mhm.
the 16 best outfits that can
Mm.
the proverbial or the iconic boyfriend of Barbie, played by Ryan Gosling in this movie, his
Mhm.
16 best outfits.
And what we're gonna do, we're gonna rank these babies, okay? Because this shit is blowing up. Okay, the Barbie looks are huge. The Barbie costumes, people are dissecting them. They're making TikToks about them. We have to get in on this, and I think there's some interesting stuff here. So let's go. Let's go 1 to 10. Okay, we got to rank each of these. One being absolute trash. It's costume, but bad costume should
Hmm.
never exist in the real world. 10 is like, oh shit, actually, this is fire. This is a great fit, and I want it, and it's a grail.
Yeah, we cut out the fit, and I put it next to all of my pictures of
Right.
Bobby De Niro in Casino
Yeah, we make like
of
a vision
iconic
board.
fits.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
What do we got first? Camping outfit.
so we see a screenshot from the movie of Ryan Gosling, who
Hmm.
looks kind of weird, I
Yeah.
guess.
Uh-huh.
Um, but he's wearing like a red button-up shirt and like white slacks, like khakis.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
I
how are
don't
we
know,
feeling here?
3.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I could see somebody wearing this. I could see like a slightly elevated version of this being like on a Kim Jones runway or something, right?
Yeah, but you know how I feel about Kim Jones. Of course,
I
he
I
would do
sure
that.
do.
Um,
And that's
it,
why it's a
it's
3.
it's fine. That's just an
Yeah.
outfit. I think it is mostly a costume. What
Yeah.
we're looking for, guys, keep in mind what we're looking for
Mhm.
is the source, the sauce,
Yeah.
because based on my industry understanding, people are looking at this movie as a catalyst to sell more clothes. So
Oh,
we want
absolutely.
to see if this will be a catalyst to sell more men's clothes and not just women's clothes.
That's true. And
Ken's
trust me,
Viking
listen,
outfit.
I brought up this article when I was just looking for Barbie core articles. It's all women's. Okay. So we're going to be the people that are bringing the men's out here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ken's biking outfit on a bike. He's got a kind of plaid, I don't know, a pink and gray brown plaid shirt. He's got a sweater tied around his neck, like a powder pink sweater, some brown short shorts, nice long socks, a very kind of like German look, and some square toe brown leather shoes.
They look like desert boots.
Ah, yes, you're right. They are ankle high. True.
Anywho, I mean, I think that this is another one where this is just kind of a costume where he's matching Barbie. He is not.
So? Okay.
He's not fit. He's not a fit leader.
What's your number? Give me your number.
Some people are thought leaders, and some people are fit leaders. Okay, Killian.
I want your number. Okay, own it. What's your number?
I think I would want to wear this less, probably. I think that's true too.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm going 4 to 5, like a
All right.
strong 4. I don't know. It's kind of like the short shorts are in, the plaid shirt. It's a bit Tom Brown. You know what I mean? I'm seeing the elevation. Okay.
Let's keep going. We have a lot of
Space fit.
That's a costume. That's just a costume.
Well, I mean, yes, it is just a space outfit, but there's some like leather boots again here. He's got a matching leather oven mitt.
You're making assumptions. We see a motion blurred shot of Ryan Gosling floating through fake space.
All right. Give us a number.
1. This is just a costume.
It's a 1.
No shade. It's just a costume.
Yeah. I mean, it's a scene. They're in space. They need to wear something, right?
Yeah, and so far there are a lot of outfits in this, which is only indicative that this has a great costume design.
Absolutely.
I don't look at that and like this does not inspire to me like Undercover's 2001 runway. This is not that.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We're heating up. Okay, Ken's sailor outfit. What do we have here?
That's a 5.
You think so? And for the people, it's a white and like red pink striped short sleeve shirt, kind of sailor hat, and it looks like some white kind of khaki chino pants. I think we're heating up. I think I'm at a 6 on this one. I can see like J.W. Anderson starting to get a little heated here. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. I think that this is closer to something that I might wear, even though it is, basically a costume still.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's more fun.
But there are people that like to dress like this, like fashionable people.
No, I have the St. James original striped shirt.
You sure do.
So I know it.
All right, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah. We got to keep going. We got to keep
all
going.
Black outfit. Again, blurry mess.
10.
Oh, okay. Tight black t-shirt, tight black jeans, or just pants. I don't know. Some sort of side belt, which is interesting.
Okay, I'm being a little facetious because it is just black on black, but I don't know, with Ryan Gosling with the platinum hair.
Yep.
The Ryan Gosling kind of energy, I'm sure, is in this scene. He's dressed like a secret agent. Kind of cool.
I think it's like a 6'7". Like if you saw a guy with this kind of build in this outfit in real life, you'd be like,
cool.
Oh, that guy's trying something,
Yeah. But it isn't, I was kind of joking. It has not done anything to change the deal, the whole deal.
Let's keep seeing. We've got to hit eventually, right?
Yeah.
Ken's snow outfit.
Oh,
here. Okay. All right. Explain this to us. Describe him for us.
It looks like Barbie and Ken are on a snowmobile. And I will point out that Barbie is driving. And I have an aside that we probably don't even have time for, but just remember that for later.
Okay.
Ken is wearing what looks like maybe it almost looks white, but I think it might be the color of the vehicle. It kind of looks a little pinkish.
Yeah,
He's got a white snowsuit, like coveralls on. Think like what you had to wear at recess, or you can't go outside
Yes,
because it's snowing.
exactly.
And he has on knee-high fur boots.
Damn right.
Which is sick.
Yeah. My number on I'm gonna go like an 8 because there are choices being made here. He did not have to be wearing like this full snowsuit in this color. They did not have to put him in knee-high fur boots.
They
They're
did
making
not
choices
have
here,
to.
but they chose to because it looked good, and that's what fashion is. Okay.
Pretty funny. In the commenters, you should point out that they're calling this the Rick Montclair boots.
True.
Possibly. You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
Keep it moving, dude.
What was your number? Did you give a number?
Oh. 6.
Okay, fair. Ken's pink t-shirt. We get this. We're going to spend 2 seconds on this because all we get is a very close-up of a t-shirt, but it is a like straight pink color, and it's tied off in the back, almost like I don't know, like a pair like Scrubs or something.
Yeah, it looks like Scrubs. It looks like you're at the hospital.
Yeah.
That there isn't too much we can say about it because we do not see the whole fit, but it does beg this one question, and I hate to even suggest this because I think that our society is obsessed with youth. But do you think that Ryan Gosling looks too old to be in this movie?
A little bit.
Right?
Watching the trailer, there were a couple times I thought that.
And I hate to say that because who else would I want to be Ken?
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's a great question.
No, because I love Ryan Gosling.
He's starting to look just a little bit,
but
just a few too many wrinkles. I'm with you.
He's just.
But I'm not mad. I love the guy. So I'm gonna take it and I enjoy it.
Yes.
I'm giving this a 2. It could have just been a t-shirt. The tie is fun and feminine, but it's whatever.
2. Keep going.
Good. Ken's blue jacket. Here we go, baby.
Here we go, baby.
This is a light blue. Looks like maybe there's some like leather trim there. Varsity jacket, zip up. What do you think?
Well, what I think is funny is that we are seeing the same amount of not of all of Ken. We only see his head and his shoulders.
Correct.
But I already know that this is a better outfit.
Yes.
It just looks like a cool and like sharp bomber. There's something about obsessing over clothes where you can tell if clothes are expensive, just like that. And that looks like a nice bomber.
It does.
But considering I can't see any of him, I'm gonna say 4 until I see the rest of the outfit.
Can I tell you 2 things? I'm giving this a 7, just off what we've got here, for 2 reasons. Okay, 2 of, in my opinion, the greatest style moments of the 2010s were A, Drive, and B, Place Beyond the Pines. And
oh my God!
Both of those.
Guess what?
7.
He's the star in both.
Damn right he is.
And you know what? I'm just like, and this is like third best style moment. The sequel to Blade Runner. Just
totally hell yeah! Yeah.
Oh, Ryan Gosling again.
Oh baby.
All right.
Oh, we are heating up here. Disco jumpsuit.
Disco jumpsuit is very cool in theory. His belt kind of looks like late stage Virgil Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
With like an oil slick kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is the first outfit that really feels like it's a Barbie outfit to me. The way, maybe it's just like that kind of, because this jumpsuit has like kind of iridescent, like vinyl-y plastic
it's
shoulders.
Very plasticky. Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like I remember toys like Barbies using that material.
Right.
So that's kind of cool. Would I wear this? Do I think that this has legs? Do I think that it's going to change the way men want to look? I don't know. I think that this is more of a costume and appropriately so, but it's not as cool as the bomber we just saw.
I agree with that. I'm going 5 here, straight down the middle.
Okay.
Okay.
He went straight down the middle. Come on, Killian. Okay.
Let's talk about this. There's stuff to talk about here, okay?
All right. The next outfit, we see Ryan Gosling in a white hat, pink bandana around his neck, and like a very country western shirt. Now,
look at this. What is this? That's like a metal tip bolo thing.
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
off the
yeah.
side of the collar. All this stuff is embroidered. We're
What
getting somewhere here. Metal
what
snap buttons.
what the audience might not know about me is that my mother showed country western horses, and
Oh,
going to horse shows, this is the way that men dress to show in that kind of thing. You know,
okay.
tough cowboys.
Of
They
course,
wear
it's very tough. Yeah.
extravagant
Yeah.
embroidered shirts like this. So
Listen,
I'm biased. I think this
flamboyantly
is an eight.
masculine. Okay,
I think this is an eight already.
I agree.
Orville Peckcore.
I'm sold on this one. I think it's the metal
It's
bolo.
the metal tip. It's the tip.
It really it's just the tip. Okay.
Ken's Barbie jacket.
Ken's Barbie jacket. This is this is a jacket. It's a zip up jacket.
It looks like
Pink
a pink
with
cotton
darker
with-
pink bees.
with bees. This is a real simp type of jacket.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just think about it. Imagine a man
I'm imagining. Yeah.
just wearing a themed jacket of
Mhm.
his partner.
Yeah.
This is why men can't masturbate and have no testosterone anymore because women
Mm-hmm.
had a thought and we let them go to school.
Right.
I was just trying to channel some Joe Rogan energy.
Listen, Joey, he's much more subtle than that. He's just asking questions, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
This one I think is a legitimate Grail contender. I can see it all over. I think that a certain type of person would be all over this. So I'm gonna go, even though it's not really for me. I'm going 7.
I just lost an AirPod. I'm gonna
Uh-oh.
go with a 3 because I guess I hear what you're saying. Like if somebody had this, that would be funny and cool.
Yes,
But it is ultimately kind of a gag, right?
yeah, absolutely. Ken's lacrosse outfit, metalhead outfit, fringe, leather. It's like a vest, like a suiting vest, like from a 3-piece suit, but with leather and fringe and stuff. We can be quick on this one, right?
This is kind of giving me Village People vibes.
Yeah. It's a costume.
It's a costume. It is ultimately a costume. It's probably for the theatrical moment of this scene.
Correct. Okay.
Whoa, wait a second. Okay, we're now looking at Ken in a denim vest.
Yep.
He's wearing a
Yep.
like acid wash blue denim, no sleeves, ripped off.
Fringe
collar up.
sleeves, popped collar, baby.
This is the first time. This is like for like the inspirational videos, my channel, 15-second inspirational videos. I'm going to have like a transition of him where he's in a cuck outfit, transition into this one where he's a man.
Chad.
He's Chad. This is Chad moment. Maybe it's Ryan Gosling. Maybe it's the garment itself. Kind of looks wider, which makes it look cool.
Yes.
Like wider across the shoulders. This could be cool. This could be something.
Can I say something about this?
You can. Yes.
I would flip a coin on whether this is legitimately Celine or not. This looks just like some of the TikTok era Eddie Celine.
Yeah.
So I like it. I'm going 8.
Okay, I would go with 8.
Beautiful. Ken's pastel beach outfit. Let's get in close. This is a
it's like
camp collar.
Yeah, it's like a camp collar shirt with like a stripe, watermelon stripe, like a like some kind of a collar on the boardwalk. You know, like a guy telling you to step right up.
Yes.
Like you're at Coney Island, and this guy is trying to get you to stick your dick into a hole and see what happens. It is a very festive shirt.
Yep.
Great for the summertime. And, if I saw somebody wearing that, I would think that they were fun. But I think that the guy next to Barbie maybe has a better shirt.
That might be true. But I think I'm going to go 9 on this one because I think it gets the assignment. It's modern.
Yes.
Dudes legitimately want to be dressing like this right now. and
do.
the color and pattern of it is novel. So I think it's doing everything it needs to do.
Yeah, I guess I will agree with you in the fact that if we think that this
Mhm.
movie will have some kind of effect, not only in the way that companies want to sell you clothes, but the way
Mhm.
that people want to buy clothes, if Ken's looks do influence people, men in clothing, I think that this is kind of a core of it. It will be stuff kind of like this.
Totally. Rollerblading outfit. Let's be quick. It is very 90s.
Very 90s.
It's a
Theatrically
costume, right?
90s. It's a costume. Theatrically
Okay.
90s. The grading is a costume.
Yep. The end. Number one, Ken's fur coat and shades. The clothes
Wait
off
a
here.
second.
He's wearing big black, or is that two pairs on top of each other? That is,
He
right?
might be taking off one pair of sunglasses with another one
Yep.
underneath.
Leather cut off
Fingerless
Yep.
gloves, white fur coat, no
Yep.
shirt. We've hit it, boys.
Horseshoe necklace.
This is a 10. Rad outfit.
Hold
Ken.
on. Key, tell him why.
Mostly because it's cool. It's rad. It looks like he's got jewelry on. He looks sick. He kind of looks like a rock star. Oh, Killian's got a fur coat on.
Damn right. All right. I went out as soon as I saw this picture, and I got this coat. Okay, because you're right. It is driving the trends. I've been influenced. Okay.
How warm is it where you are right now?
Oh, disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm taking this off now.
But it was fun that you did that.
Yeah. Anyway, I think there are costume elements to this, but it's a look.
Yeah, guys, listen. Ultimately, we just kind of spoke over a listicle for about 20 minutes. We're gonna have to see the movie to know.
True.
But there is something like
reporting.
legitimately exciting.
Yeah. All right, you want to spend let's do a lightning round. Spend 10 minutes because we want to talk spring summer 2024 fashion shows. They've wrapped up. There were a whole hell of a lot of shows, and we've got some things to talk about. I don't know. Is there anything that you want to dial in on first here?
Good or bad? Well, why don't you start with one that you liked, and then we'll go to me doing one I liked.
All right. I think I have somewhere to start here because a few weeks ago we did an episode of this very show on a little old designer called Junaya Watanabe.
Junya Watanabe.
Yes, and we had much respect for Junya. Okay, we never said a bad word about him.
No.
We love the guy.
I love it.
We didn't have juice on him.
We didn't have any juice, and we had to release an apology, a correction, and say that we did not have juice. We apologize for the pod. The legal. My dick is caught up in a knot with all the legal issues.
Yeah.
But what happened?
But here's the thing: a week after that episode, he comes out with the juiciest juice collection that he has ever done. There's like 20 different collaborations in this one collection, and at the same time it's pure Junya Watanabe. It's the best, maybe the best collection I have personally seen from him, and how it hits me about it.
This collection be hitting different. What do you like about it? I have things that I like about it, but I don't want to give away my answers.
No, that's fair. I like the cuts. I like the shapes. I like the cut and sew elements like that we're going on with here. The belted elements are interesting. I think there's this effect that happens when you have so many different ideas coming in at once, but they're being filtered through this one kind of choke point, which is Junya Watanabe, and all of that coming together just hits right.
Yeah,
I like the shapes,
Dude, I have to agree with you. I do really like the shapes in this collection. Like the silhouettes are doing it. And like we are seeing a lot of looks that feel like kind of Watanabe's obsession with like authentic workwear. Like not like workwear, but like taking something that a fisherman wears and actually like making a luxury garment out of it. The silhouettes are really great. the kind of materials we're seeing, I agree that this is at least is possibly one of my favorite collections I've seen of his.
Yeah.
To date.
It's exciting, and that's the thing that we were like missing last time we were talking about. We just couldn't find the excitement, so I'm happy about that.
I'm happy about it too.
Which one are your favorites?
Let's do head. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I do not know how he's actually supposed to pronounce his name.
Nor do I.
Only read it. Head Mayo.
Head Maynor. That's what I would say as well.
New Englanders, or we call him Maynor.
Maynor.
And I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, you can't like somebody if you can't say their name. That's stupid. Well, I've been kind of like on his whole ride, his vibe for a little bit. Like I love just kind of collecting pictures of his collections. I think the silhouettes are really crazy and crazy in a way that I'm like really, really into. Go back a couple. Sorry.
Yep.
Go back to the one, the vest with the pockets, because that one feels like when I saw that, I'm like, not that one. Back more. Keep going. There.
Yeah, there we go.
This is so on screen. We see a model, no shirt on, white kind of fisherman's vest with the 3D pockets, but the 3D pockets kept going. It's almost like generative AI was trying to make sense of making this garment, and it just the proportions are crazy. And this is a lot of like what I'll just call him head. What I've seen of his stuff is like the proportions of garments can be both very crazy and very appealing to me.
Yeah.
And I think that you do not want to sleep on him, because I think he's the stuff that this brand is making is very cool.
I totally agree.
Kind of vibe.
And I know it's a simple piece, but this one, when I was looking at the collection, really stuck with me, because I think I've seen like the crinkled shirt quite a bit over the years, but this felt like a new take on it that actually like really captured that vibe of like an over crinkled shirt. Like the crinkles feel real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're not phoning in the crinkles. They're real.
No, they're not. Great choice on this one. I almost picked this one myself, so I'm happy you did. There's another thing you picked. One more I want to talk about, I think, maybe, that I didn't put in my list because I'm just dumb and wasn't thinking about it when I was making my list.
Stupid.
I should have, because there were things in this collection that were legitimate revelations to me. Okay.
Damn. What are we looking at?
This Prada collection. Do you mind? Can I cook for a second?
Okay, go off.
All right. So it is, if I get into the photo gallery. All right. All of the pieces that were like blazer shirt hybrids blew my fucking mind. Like just literally turn it upside down how I think about these types of garments. There was one, this denim one right here.
I mean, it is
kind of lapel here. It's a classic like blazer kind of construction, but obviously much thinner and pure like open dress shirt, oversized arms. They do it in the denim here. They do it in some sort of like wool here, and every single one of these was just like it was a cum for me. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's like, in Pumping Iron, how Arnold says that like going to the gym is like coming. Well, for people like us, looking at a runway show is like coming, and we come every day.
I know you picked it. What do you think?
Well, a couple of things. I agree. I thought that Miuccia Prada has been, driving her ship very well, and Prada and the men's has had a clean, consistent, and compelling look. And I think that this collection is really showing how Raf is starting to freak it more. And I wanted to share this one because I also like kind of, you described it in a really great way. And I think that Raf has a tendency to do this. It's where he makes me think about garments differently, like think differently, Apple style. It's just something I want to reiterate, which is like, I think people sleep as stupid and like nonsensical as this is, because Raf Simons is one of the most talked about designers of our time. I think people sleep on a lot of his modern stuff for whatever reason.
I think so too, yeah.
And we've argued, I think we've brought this up in the podcast before, that Raf is doing things that aren't cool yet. frankly.
Yeah.
That's kind of what his deal is. He's doing things that aren't cool yet. So it behooves you to pay attention to what he's doing, because it's going to be cool like in 10, 20 years whenever everybody obsesses over it. And you definitely hit like these looks, or taking the whole feminine masculinity trends that we saw in the last collections, and Raph found a way to do it in what I think is totally different than what everybody else's interpretations are of it.
Exactly.
Raph and Mucha, because they're a team, you know.
And while staying commercial too, like this kind of like more tech wear green piece is like super wearable while still having a crazy interesting cut. I don't know. I think it's a home run.
Home run! Bow! Okay, so which ones do we hate?
Yeah, we got to talk about the ones we hated, right? Let's see. My worst picks. Do we want to, for mine, would you rather dunk on one that it's like, of course we would dunk on that, or one that maybe people would disagree with a bit? What do you think?
What gets me famous? Which one is the one that helps me professionally? Well, you know
Obviously,
what? I think
it's the outrage, the baiting the outrage, right?
Well, I think okay. Where are we?
Oh,
what did you pick? Oh, I see it. Dior.
Yeah.
That was yours?
That was mine. I really didn't like this. I think for a few seasons now, Kim Jones has been going to the well of finding these like hot collaborators to kind of bring in their voice and add some originality to the Dior mix. Sometimes it's successful, sometimes it's not. This one just kind of felt like Kim Jones doing Kim Jones things. The fabrications just kind of bothered me. The cuts kind of bothered me. There were things where it just felt like throw a funny hat on him and
a funny hat on him.
That'll make it better. I don't know.
Yeah,
it just rubbed me a bit wrong.
I definitely went to I clicked on this one to see if I was gonna roast it, because you know, I guess I've said this and I'll say it again. I kind of want to dunk on Kim Jones. He looks like a giant baby. He looks like a man who's also a baby.
Yeah,
deserves to get dunked on. But I think the reason I didn't pick this was because there were some looks that I was like, I'm okay with this.
Right.
But to give him some credit, Kim Jones's tenure at Dior, I feel like is Barbie core.
Right. Yeah.
His entire time there is Barbie core.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know why.
He's like a khaki and powder pink master, right?
Mastermind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad. I mean, it's not bad, but
I think maybe what did it for me is just like the lack of novelty that he's had over the past few seasons, that even when I don't always love it, I always kind of enjoy going to look at a Dior collection to be like, oh, what did Denim Tears bring to this, or ERL or whoever, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Speaking of not original, go to mine.
Oh, I can't wait. Okay.
Oh, it's not that vicious. You know what I was thinking when I was looking at the shows? It's like, my default is I am just so much more interested in finding the value in creative pursuits than I am in roasting them. And beyond the fact that these are designers at the top of their friggin' class, and B, all this stuff is good. But I wanted to, if I had to dunk on one, I picked Saint Laurent.
Okay.
Saint Laurent.
Sell me, because I'm not sold yet. So
if
why
should
I hate?
Like, let's say I didn't even click on this, I would say, shoot, I always forget the name of the designer who plays Eddie, that Italian guy. What do I think he's going to do for 2024? And mind you, I'm not looking at my screen, I'm looking at the camera. I would imagine he would do the feminine, masculine thing again. So we're just going to see sheer shirts, and the silhouettes are going to be slightly different than Eddie's silhouettes, like kind of more 80s or wider. But generally speaking, just the same Saint Laurent from like a decade ago that Eddie Salmon did. And it's kind of like, was it like Yves Saint Laurent? His whole deal was he was making clothing that young people connected to and was modern.
Yeah.
What happened to that? Because I don't remember Eve's saying that my aesthetic is actually rock and roll from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was right. I
know.
guessed it.
I stopped it on this one to be like, oh, I wonder what kind of things you're talking about. Oh,
I don't know.
Right.
And I'm being too hard. I'm being too harsh. These looks aren't
Yeah.
horrendous, but I
No, they're
don't
not.
see the brand being different enough. If I had to dunk on one brand, I would dunk on a massive brand like Saint Laurent, and one that had decided they were at a crossroads, and they decided, no, we're not going to do something different. We're going to continue doing what Eddie Salmon decided for us.
Here's something really interesting that I've noticed that I think illustrates what you're saying. When I go and I'm browsing through Saint Laurent stuff, because I do like kind of like Saint Laurent. I like Eddie quite a bit. Vaccarello, sometimes there's stuff that I'm like, yeah, pretty good. Whenever I'm browsing on Grailed or wherever, you see a piece and immediately I can tell if it's a Eddie piece. I'm like, oh, it's an Eddie piece. Oh, it's probably like 2013, 14, or oh, it's probably 2015, 16. With the Vaccarello pieces, I'll be like, was that Eddie or was that Vaccarello? Or, oh, what year was that? Let's look at the tags, figure out, which season it's from. It's just like it's not distinguishable in the same way,
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know. It's just, like I said, the reason that I wanted to bring it up is I don't know. Fashion thrives on being novel, and the problem is that this is a company owned by a company that wants to continue what is working, and their creative director left, and they kind of just continued on that path.
Right.
And of course, I've made this point for years now that it's like you have two options for the same looks. You can go to Celine or you can go to Saint Laurent.
Right.
But,
all right. So we're getting low on time, but real quick, this is out of nowhere, but I just want to align on what this person's even talking about. Why does Christian insist on being an annoying virtue signaler?
Well,
you can clearly tell Killian gets uncomfortable in those moments and changes the subject matter. Like, what were you virtue signaling about? That he's
I was talking about my volunteer work. And I don't know. I honestly have no clue.
I'm completely lost, dude.
If you guys are just listening, we try to engage with the audience online. We'll post the craziest comments on the screen. But I guess I'm waiting for, I'm just going to call him V. V, what do you think I would, because you're probably right that Killian, I'm hoping there's going to be a drama video dissecting how our relationship fell apart because of my my liberal agenda.
Right.
No, if I have to hazard a guess, it was the waste of time of me saying that I genuinely don't, like, I'm not, my instinct isn't to dunk on people. But wait, we got a response. His constant desire. It's true.
Yeah, so he says, I'll tell you exactly, and then says the vaguest thing that's ever been said. Thank you so much, V.
V, listen, dude, I appreciate you commenting either way. I'm not virtue signaling. I'm just saying you're a person on the internet watching our show. I want you to say what you're thinking. I want to engage with it. We might try to roast you if you're trying to roast us. There's no hate here, dude. I'm not virtue signaling. I want to be like, selfishly want people to watch the show.
True. And also, I'll just say, I mean, obviously, we both have political thoughts that are probably pretty far left, but Christian, probably at least every time I talk to you, say at least one thing that makes my eyes bulge out, like, wow, that was on the edge.
Edge of what?
I don't think you virtue signal all that much.
I don't even know. Dude, what am I gonna get? Huh? There's nobody watching. I have points.
What virtue do I get from signaling, sir? All right, enough of that. Let's finish up by talking about Martine Rose.
So, guys, if you've been watching the show, you probably know that we've been doing this thing where we've tried to focus on designers and make that the segment.
Yeah.
Well, every day we try something else. If we cast a wide net, we'll just see what works. But we wanted to talk a little bit about Martine Rose. And noticing that we kind of left ourselves less than 15 minutes to talk about it,
Mhm.
I kind of want to get into the meat. And I would say, oh shoot, I'm drawing a blank on the name of the channel. It has Stitch in the name. They're from the UK. Ooh, I'll
I
have
know
to
the one you're
comment
talking
it
about too.
tomorrow. I will have to comment it tomorrow. But they did a good video on Martine Rose. If people want to get a better understanding of like the like a survey of the designer. But I
Understand.
think since we got limited time, I want to talk about kind of the thing that we felt like we actually had more juice to talk
Yeah.
about, which is how much juice do we actually have?
Mhm.
So, like a little background, Martine Rose, designer hailing from the UK, London born, I think. She
Sounds right.
is somebody who, for a long time, people have cited as the quote unquote source for a lot of the normcore streetwear aesthetic that people like Demna and brands like Balenciaga have really made popular. A lot of
Mhm.
people on the internet who are obsessed with fashion have argued that Martine Rose is the originator and the inspiration. And, we're not here to argue that she isn't. But,
Hell no.
hell no. Listen, I, I, I'm just
Don't touch us
virtue
there, okay? We're
signaling
not
here.
saying it.
I'm just virtue signaling, and I do not want the what do you call it, Antifa jumping down my throat. Um, but we were going through the stuff, and at least this is something that I thought. I was looking because we do at the end we do outfits, clothes we would want to wear and clothes we
Mhm.
wouldn't want to wear from that designer. And
Mhm.
I was having a harder time finding pieces from Martine Rose that I wanted to wear.
Yeah.
And I thought that maybe there was something there in terms of why is Martine Rose always cited as this secret source instead of being the person running the show?
Right.
And the liberal media will tell you that
Mhm.
there's gender or race reasons, but I wonder if, and this is kind of like my hypothetical, is there something about Martine Rose's like overall design aesthetic that makes it so she is appreciated on a like a cerebral level, a high mind
Yeah.
level, but she's not coveted in maybe the simpleton way that Demna's pieces are.
Right. I wonder if it's like,
It
'cause
is
I think
understood.
this bears out maybe looking at her stuff. Maybe I can bring something up and play it as we go through. Um, I feel like obviously there's intense similarities between Martine Rose and Demna's Balenciaga, but I feel like there's audio there. Martine's stuff is almost more pure in terms of its like references, right? Like Demna is doing it in a way that's kind of modern fashion, whereas the references of like, 80s Wall Street, 90s rave, or like UK football culture or whatever, it's kind of unadulterated in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and like I think that is definitely. I don't know. I don't. I think when were we talking about? We were talking about Vetma last episode, and I definitely remember a time in the early 2010s when the this kind of aesthetic became more aware to me, or I became more aware of it, and like recognizing basically how somebody would pair ugly stuff together in a way
Mhm.
that I thought was ultimately cool. And I
Yeah.
think Martine Rose, there is something, at least in my kind of visualization of it, is it's uncompromising. And
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I'm I'm thinking maybe the argument might be that it's so uncompromising that I don't want it
Right.
because it. But there is definitely something where it feels like it's tapping into an authentic place. Like these are
Oh, yeah.
ugly, like roadman clothes, as
Mhm.
the British would say. Um,
So
but
I would like to get into Smash and Pass because I actually think it might illustrate some of this more, but I think maybe as a way to get there, I can explain. I actually made a Martine Rose purchase recently, completely unrelated to us choosing to do her. I don't buy her stuff often, but I got these bold
oh,
mules because what I saw in them was like that soul, that source of the like Balenciaga steroid thing. And for whatever reason, these to me felt more pure than the Balenciaga version. So I was like, let's go to the source to
The
get these bad
sauce.
boys, you know?
How do you wear them? How do you pair them?
Dude, they have solved so many mule problems, okay? There's like elastication on the inside under here, so you don't have to do that weird toe curl thing. It just grabs you at the center of the foot and they stay perfectly on. But as far as styling goes, some like baggy black, like wool pleated trousers are that kind of like cover them a bit is like the way to go, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would agree, and that's probably out like I like kind of that wide silhouette.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we got kind of distracted in the sauce. I guess like I posed the question to you, Killian.
Yes.
Do you think that there is any validity to this idea that like ultimately whether or not it's not even a discussion of who came up with it first, who is the better designer, like who's more brilliant? Could we define kind of Martine Rose's where she's at as a product of the fact that her work is more esoteric and Demna has decided to make things of the same vein that are more commercial?
Absolutely. I think in my mind, there's no question about that. I think Martine Rose makes the kind of clothes that make fashion nerds get real hyped up and hot under the collar. But it's the kind of thing that when a non-fashion normie, as we call them, looks at them, they could kind of see like a thrifted type of outdated look, you know?
Yeah, I mean, this could easily all of her looks could easily, even more than say Balenciaga or the other ones, look like, dude, I don't understand what you're doing. You look like you're trying to do a Stranger Things costume. You know, it could easily go south, but by the same vein, I don't know. I mean, I guess ultimately the thing is that I think that sometimes with designers, when you immediately see their work, it can be like revolting.
Yeah.
And sometimes those are the designers that you grow to love the most because their ideas were so contrary to the status quo. That's just kind of how I interpret me interpreting stuff. But I don't know if that happens with Martine Rose. I don't know if I've had that kind of transformation.
I think Al makes a great point, which is Martine Rose doesn't need to hide behind irony. I don't know if I would say that Demna hides behind irony, maybe occasionally.
But he uses it.
He uses it. Whereas Martine Rose, I think it's unabashedly earnest in terms of its like admiration for the things that it's referencing, you know?
I mean, you know, and it's also like we're obviously ascribing a lot of meaning to clothes, which aren't, you know, clothes are clothes. They're text, but that is kind of what comes across. I mean, definitely, without question, Demna has made stuff that is ironic, and in some similar way, it kind of feels like Martine Rose is making ugly stuff because it evokes something, some kind of memory, some kind of idea. Should we look at our smash and passes ever?
I think so. I think it's time.
And then, you know what? Dye Prada's going to cancel us for saying we wanted to smash or pass Martine Rose.
All
right. A POC woman designer.
We'll start with my smash once it gets redirected. This denim cargo jacket right here.
Pretty cool.
I think it's real nice. I like the fit of it. I like the high neck. I like that zip. I like all of the kind of hardware here. I like this ring that's going on right there. I think that's a really nice touch. I like the elastication down at the bottom. I think that's kind of unexpected. And the way it kind of curves around the body, this kind of like circular cocoon. There you go.
Yeah. I think what's kind of cool about it is it feels very 80s to me and not like in, I don't know, Stranger Things 80s. Like in that there were kind of design ideas in the 80s that kind of we left there. Like the placard kind of buttons over and like the elastic cocoon shape. I think that maybe those things make it feel a little cooler than just another jacket. So I like that.
And I think this is actually something, if we're talking the comparison, that I could see myself preferring this to the like Demnified version of it. I think
Yeah.
I can see in my mind's eye the Demna version of this, and it would be a little bit too irony pilled, honestly, now that we're going down that path. I think
Irony killed.
yeah. Yeah.
All right. Pull up my Smash.
All right, we gotta hide
Sure.
it, right? We gotta be
Yeah, hide it.
presentational here.
Yeah.
Christian Smash. From Luisa Via Roma. Here we go.
Oh, that was a good Smash. I think I listed 2 Smashes, so we can do them both quick.
Okay, great.
This one I picked because I just thought that this would be a really cool jacket to have in my wardrobe. So it's like a blazer, like kind of typical black wool blazer, but the button closure is pulled all the way to one side, creating this bizarre wrinkled shape. I just think this is kind of like it's ugly and it's kind of cool. Are you going to show me the jacket? How could you?
No, I'm showing you the Balenciaga version. Okay.
Which
Right
is better?
here.
Who did it best?
And then this curls up.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that now.
Buttons at the shoulder.
Well, I can't say that yours is worse because that's.
I think actually they live like simultaneously. They're doing slightly different things.
Yeah,
like
they are different. But I like that one. Pull up my other one. I forget
right,
what it was.
Let's do it. Far-fetched this time. Love it.
Oh, I
almost picked this one.
Kind of like this is what Martine Rose. This is what I think of. Like I remember. You guys remember Barney's? Anyway, when there used to be a Barney's, they had a Martine Rose section, and it was clothes that looked ugly, on purpose, ugly on purpose. And this feels like that is the core. But I would wear this. I would certainly wear it.
I would absolutely wear this. I think this is fun.
It's fun. It's fun.
I think I prefer this one.
Huh.
Personally. But I think this one is more you.
You know what? Can I ask you something real quick, Killian?
Yeah.
You played Pokemon as a kid, right?
Sure.
Which one was your first game?
Oh, Red.
See, guys, a red man. I'm Pokemon.
Actually,
Blue.
I'm a Method man. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Oh.
So
all
it's
right.
all a matter of opinion. That's just my opinion.
No, I think that was a good pick. I think that gets at something about Martine's like design aesthetic that we maybe hadn't like touched on yet. That was a different side, but a very important side.
But a very important side, guys. Remember, everything we say is very important. What about what you didn't like? We didn't. Right. Let's just show them real quick because mine.
So remember how we were saying that there wasn't irony in Martine's designs?
It's felt.
I think we lied. I think we lied.
So Bork.
This is the Cats and Dogs stretch top. I think that there's nothing in the cut of it, like the super thin.
Yeah, it's like the Jean-Paul Gaultier kind of shirt.
Yes, exactly. The mesh top type thing.
Dogs. It's anybody just listening. It's a kind of like a elastic shirt with dogs, like a repeating puppy dog pattern.
Again,
there's a cat, though. There's a cat.
I feel like I've seen Demna do similar things with these really tight, busy, complicated, kind of like cut out collage patterns.
It's ugly.
It's ugly, and it's like we were talking about Vet Mall last time. I understand it's like it's supposed to be, but man, does it not look good.
Go to mine because I think mine is it's topical. It's cutting. It's
right. I haven't. Full disclosure, I don't always look at the ones that Christian puts in beforehand. I almost picked this for my pass as well.
It's not any of those things. Here's the thing, guys, and I don't mean to be like an ass or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I know people need to make money. I know designers need to make money, and I know that they have to pull any kind of trick in order to reel that cash in so that they can make cool stuff. But it's bummer sometimes. The logo stuff is sometimes a bummer, and I do like Martine Rose's logo. Like I think that looks sharp, but I think that this garment goes totally against kind of the aesthetic of her brand and her kind of.
I agree.
It just does not feel like something that is a part of everything else she's working on, and maybe that's the point. Maybe you got to give something to your dad. Like your dad wants to support the brand, but he can't wear that dog shirt, so you give him this sweatshirt so he can be like, she's my daughter or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, so weirdly, most brands, they like switch up their wearable pieces over time, do slight variations on it. Like if you think of all the different Balenciaga logo pieces over time, or like Givenchy, or these brands that make tons of money just putting their logo on things. Martine Rose has been making this exact same design for years and years and years. You see it pop up every year, every season. And it's like maybe one of my least favorite logo pieces by any designer brand. It just kind of bothers me every time I see it. And maybe that's the point. Maybe you're right. But much like my last pick, I can't get down with it.
Yeah.
We do have a comment. This is legitimately an oversight on our part. We neglected to mention that Martine worked under Demna.
Yeah.
When we said she was like the source of Balenciaga stuff, that's what we meant. But for those not in the know, we did neglect to mention that, and I'm sorry. She worked at Balenciaga for like about 2 years, and
she did work under Demna, but that isn't what I meant, Killian. So do not put words in my mouth.
No.
Yeah, she is not. It's not like she has no relationship to Balenciaga. Yeah. But I think that there was always a narrative, like prior to Demna taking over, that Martine Rose was kind of more or less an inspiration behind Vetements and like those kind of look makers and taste makers.
Sure.
But it ultimately, I don't know. In the name of the video, the name of the channel is Understitch, and I recommend watching that video on Martine Rose.
All right. Anything anything else we want to cover? Any comments that we got that we didn't get to hit?
Yeah. So guys, I just want to reiterate, I love it when you comment. I
We
love
do
it
love
when
it.
people have spicy opinions. And I I put myself out here to be humiliated. So let us know in the comments. Still
What's
need
your
Christian's
Instagram,
IG.
Christian?
My Instagram is, well, I say it every day. I mean, every Christian, my first name, so it's Christian_Shabetta.
Shabetta. It's very phonetic. If you just spell out Shabetta exactly as it sounds.
Or Scabetta. Scabetta is the phonetic.
No, it's Shabetta. Okay.
No.
SH.
No.
It's in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, you can get it there. Even on the VOD, it's probably in the chat history off to the right. But if not, Christian_SCIBETTA. See, I got you.
And you guys, let us know what you think. Let us know if there was a part of this episode that was good or bad. Because we're always experimenting. And I think that something that we agree on is juice. Having juice.
You gotta have juice.
Do I have juice on this Martine Rose subject? Sort of. Do I have juice on dunking on Barbie? Yeah. It's all about juice.
All about juice.
And we're trying to channel this fashion/fan podcast on juice. And so, guys, let me know.
This podcast is like a Capri Sun bladder, and we're just trying to fill it. Oh shit!
What's that?
It's like those people, you see the pictures from when they're on Zoom calls. They take a screenshot and then they do like a side shot, so you can see like they're wearing a blazer, but then it's like
I have underwear on
the bottom. Yeah. He's doing the thing.
They saw the DVD cover for Anchorman in the year 2003 and thought that was a very funny joke.
Hilarious.
And they waited all the way into 2020 in order to pull off that joke.
Damn right. All right, everybody. He's Christian.
I'm Christian. Killian. He's Killian.
Yep.
This was the Bias Cut.
It was.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, everybody, for commenting. And we'll be back. Wait. pause. We're not going to be back next week, right? We both have
Right.
commitments.
I'm in Miami. I'll be traveling on business. Okay.
And I will be traveling for leisure.
Damn right. So
Hell
we'll see you
yeah.
week after next. We
Yeah,
love
we'll see
you.
you the week after next. I love you guys.
Bye.